Hey everyone, and welcome back to Life at QU. I know that by this point you've got a handle on first year university and you're starting to think about what comes next. So for many of you, that's going to be plan selection. You may be wondering what it takes to be accepted into a plan, what something called the threshold is, where you can find out more information and what resources are available to you to help with the plan selection process. And I'm going to go over all of that in this video. So if you're interested, then just keep watching. So the first thing that you're going to need to know is what major you're planning on going into. Now, this is a huge decision, and don't feel locked in or overly stressed about picking your plan because you can change your plan in an upper year. You can add a minor, you can drop a minor. There's just lots of different things that you can do, so don't feel that this is the end all and be all, but you do want to consider all of your options. So some of the resources that are available to you are PASS, which are peer academic advisors that are located in Dunning Hall on the first floor. They're open Monday to Friday, 9 to 4. Someone's always there. You might even see me there. And we basically help you with any questions you can have. We can walk you through the process more in depth, and we just make sure that you fully understand what the plan selection process is going to be like, and we can answer any questions about planning for your upper years. The next one is the website. So that's the Queen's Arts and Science website. It is a great resource if you have general questions about the plan selection period. So it's going to tell you when it's going to take place. It's going to tell you when Majors Night is and all the information that's going to be available there. It's going to tell you specifically about the thresholds for all of the plans, and I'll get to the thresholds in just a second. And the website is going to be linked right here, and it's also going to be in the description box. I very much recommend that you check it out before you do any other form of research. It's definitely the first place that I always go. So the next one is departments. So each department will have a student council, and this council is comprised of upper year students that basically help run the undergraduate program of that department. So for instance, there's an art history one, there's a life science one, there's a biology one, and the really great thing about these student councils is that usually they have a website, and I'll leave as many as I can find below. And if not, they'll have a Facebook page, and they'll have information nights, which is really great, and you'll get to talk to upper year students in the program that you're interested in to see if the department and the plan is right for you. Another great resource that definitely after the website is the next thing that I would go to is Majors Night. So Majors Night is February 28th from 4 to 7 in Grant Hall, and I will be there, and so will many other people that can help you make the decision as far as what plan is right for you. Now, you may wonder the differences between plans. So what's the difference between a major in psychology versus a medial in psychology? That will be answered there. But the more important thing is that each department will be there, and you can ask each department and the upper year students that are at that booth, the professors that are at that booth, why you feel like you should go into that major and what makes that major special. And they can really sit down and talk about like the upper year courses with you, all that kind of stuff. It's a great resource for you to take advantage of. There's also tons of different info sessions going on, and I'll link the Facebook event down below so you can check out everything that's going to be offered that night. So once you kind of know what you're wanting to go into and what plan you're wanting to select, you're going to need to know what the thresholds are. So the thresholds are basically either an automatic threshold or a pending threshold. And the difference between them is during the plan selection period in May, you're either going to be automatically accepted because you have above the threshold, which is usually a GPA and a grade in a certain course. So for example, if you're wanting to go into sociology, you'll have a certain GPA that you'll need, and you'll need a certain grade in your first year sociology course, so that's Soc 122. Now, all of the thresholds can be found on the website, and I'll link the page down below there. You just click on the specific department that you're wishing to go into, and it'll list all the possible plans in that department and what their thresholds are. Now, the difference between automatic and pending is that automatic, you will be automatically accepted during the plan selection period in May. You have to go through the process, which I'll show in a later video, of exactly how to complete plan selection. But from there, basically, you would just say that this is what you want to be in, you'll have met the threshold, you'll be automatically accepted. It's a bit of a breeze, it's super simple. The next one is basically just as simple. There's just one more step, and that's with the pending thresholds. So let's say you're wanting to go into sociology, but you don't receive either the grade in Sociology 122 or the threshold for the GPA for automatic acceptance, but you meet it for pending. So usually the pending list has a lower threshold, and basically what they do is they take everyone that's on the pending list and they rank them. And then at the end of plan selection, they will take however many spots they have left in the program from the pending list and place those students in. Now, I wouldn't overly stress about being put on the pending list. Many people I know and many people I advise are put on the pending list before they get into their program of choice. So it's not the end of the world if you are put on the pending list for your program. Some programs, because they need to be looked at by two different departments. For instance, my program, biopsychology, both departments had to look at my grades, so there was no automatic acceptance, and that's all that means. So everyone's put on the pending list. So in my case, and in the case of other people that were put on the pending list, you will need to select an alternative plan. And so after you've selected the one you're wanting to go into, it will say, you've been placed on the pending list, please choose an alternative plan. This plan that you're going to pick as your alternative plan must be something that you can be automatically accepted into. Now, it may not be your number one first choice, but it's very, very important that you're at least interested in the program that you're applying to as your alternative plan, but also that you can be automatically accepted. If you are not picking an alternative plan when you're doing this plan selection, you actually won't have completed the process and you won't be considered on the pending list for your plan. So keep in mind a backup plan in sense that you might be interested in, that you feel very confident that you will be getting the threshold in. Another thing that you're going to want to consider when choosing your plan is what courses you will be taking in your upper years. Now, what I would do is I go to the academic calendar, which I'll link down below, and you just look at the different programs that are offered. You select the one that you're interested in, and you can read from that what courses are required for you to complete and graduate with that degree. Now, you can also go to the courses of instruction, which I'll also link down below, and see based on what's in the academic calendar for you to have that plan and complete that plan, what are the descriptions of those courses that you're going to be taking. So you can just search up the course, read the course description, and that might help you decide between, say, two relatively similar plans, or maybe the difference in two specializations within one program, for example. So definitely take a look at that, and you'll be able to see what's required of you and what the course descriptions are for those courses. So I really hope that was helpful, and please let me know if you have any questions. You can comment them below, you can message me on Instagram, and hopefully I will see you either in Dunning Hall at PASS or at Majors Night on February 28th. Bye guys!